am so excited for today's project because we are making DIY ghost lights for your porch. And guess what? You can do this for just a few dollars, probably less than $15, $20. That's the kind of project I like. Now, here's the thing. If you want the step-by-step instructions, you can find it down below in the blog post. This is the first video that I've done with this project, but you've seen it on my blog for quite a while, but now we have video, and I'm gonna do it for my she shed, because you know we have to decorate the outside of the she shed. All right, so here's what you need for this project. It's gonna take probably no more than 10 minutes. Now go to your garden, get your tomato cages. We're gonna use 2 of those, and they come in different sizes, so if you want tall ghosts, if you want short ghosts, it doesn't really matter. It's all about what you have on hand, so don't go and buy any. We're also gonna use styrofoam heads. Now, in the blog post, you'll see that the project is actually using a styrofoam ball. Those things are expensive. Why is styrofoam balls so expensive? But if you get the head, that's actually about half price. And if you go to Michael's with a coupon, you can get it for cheap. So we need 2 of those. Oh, and I like that these styrofoam heads actually have holes in the underside. So it's gonna be easy to stake these on the top of the tomato cages. We're also gonna use, well, you can use one of 2 things. You can use sheets, plastic, well, you can use real sheets. I'm gonna use these sheets from, I actually had to go to Ross because I didn't have any white sheets. But I wanted to show you that you can use sheets if you go to the thrift store, go to Ross, get them for not a lot of money, or just use whatever's in your linen closet. Or you can go to the dollar store and get 2 of them for like $1.25 plus tax. And these are plastic, so if you want something that's waterproof, then yeah. The only thing is that the plastic seems like it's gonna be a lot more flimsy. And if you have a lot of wind, your ghost could fly away. So I think actually going with the sheets might be a better deal for making sure that they withstand some of the wind. We're gonna need 2 sets of holiday lights. And I think it's better if you had like potentially ones that just had battery packs, but these don't have battery packs, so make sure that you have a place to plug them in. We're gonna use that. And then the last thing is we need something to tie everything together. So you can use, well, you're gonna need some pipe cleaners. Again, you can get that from the Dollar Tree for just over $1. And keep the little rubber bands that come with your vegetables. These are perfect for tying at the top of these tomato cages. And also we're gonna be using, or if you have a hair tie, use a hair tie. Oh, now to make the ghost face, right? So the eyes and the mouth, we can go to the Dollar Tree, dollar store, and get some black markers, or you can use felt with a little bit of spray adhesive, or you can use a Cricut and do some permanent vinyl, whatever works for you. All right, now are you ready to jump into this project? I've been wanting to do these for my shed porch for quite a while. Now that I actually have my little deck on the front, I can put these up. So the first thing we're gonna do is just gather these up, kind of like a little teepee here at the top, and we're gonna use a rubber band to make sure that these are secure, that they're not gonna pop open. You can see here the head has a hole that these should be able to go right up into pretty easily. And just attach it to it. That looks pretty good and it's pretty secure too. If you just kind of pull down a little bit, you'll wedge them up in there. And if you want, you could probably even tape off around here just so that these don't fall off if you've got a strong wind that comes. But we're not going to use tape. We're going to go ahead and just move to the next one and get that attached too. Stick it up in there, push it down. Whoa, this is pretty cool. I like this. Wow, this is going to be fun. A lot of fun. Okay, so now that we have these creepy heads attached, it's time to put the lights inside. And this is where the pipe cleaners are going to come in handy because you're just going to attach them. You might need a little bit of tape or something. I didn't actually bring any tape over. You also want to make sure that your plug is hanging towards the bottom because you're going to need to plug them in unless you did the smart thing and got some battery powered lights, which I don't have. So I'm going to stick this in the middle, gather them up here, and I'm going to see if this will work. This might be a little too heavy. I might need some tape. but I'm going to take one of these pipe cleaners, and you can actually kind of tie these in a knot. I'm going to tie another pipe cleaner through, so if you see that I just have these gathered up here, I'm going to put another pipe cleaner over here. And this is just going to make sure that it doesn't slide down the tomato cage. For the rest of the lights, I'm just going to use some of the pipe cleaners to pull some of these strands out and attach to the tomato cage. Just wrap those around. I'm going to pull some of these lights down just a little bit so that they're not all gathered at the top. Okay, well, I had to go to the store and I'm in a different shirt, but believe me, it's still the same day and this project does not take a long time. Okay, so we did one of the ghost lights and now we're going to do the other one. And I think I might change it up a little bit in how I did the lights, only because I want to make sure that there's enough lights to disperse evenly throughout the tomato cage. So again, I'm going to make sure the one that's going to get plugged in is at the bottom. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just fold this in half. So let's fold this in half. There's 100 lights here. I'm just going to run these lights down the tomato cage. And I think the problem that I was having with the other one is that I didn't leave enough lights here at the bottom. And we want to make sure that it looks evenly divided. So that's what we're going to do. So I'm just going to put these lights over here. And what I'm finding is that you really don't even have to tie the lights to the tomato cage. As long as you just take the little pipe cleaners and just wrap it around a few times, then that's good. You see that I've got lights on these two sides, but I don't have lights here. So we can actually take one of these strands and just kind of run it along here so that there are lights on this side. Okay, now that we have the heads on, we've got the lights attached to the tomato cages, we are ready for the sheet. So I'm gonna try to do, maybe I'll do one with a sheet and then I'll see how it goes with the tablecloth, in case you wanna use that. But personally, I like the idea of a sheet. It just looks like it's better quality. The main thing is that we wanna make sure that this covers all the way to the ground. So let's just drape this over. This is gonna be so cute. Oh, I love it. All right. We might have to use this whole thing. And then once we have it in place, we can actually kind of mark where we want to put the eyes and the nose and the mouth. I think I'm pretty happy with how this is sort of draped on the ground. Once you're happy with where it's draped, then what you can do is use a pencil or a pen and mark where the eyes are going to be and where the nose is going to be. So we're going to want it probably about here. I'm just going to put a little pencil mark here. All right, so now that we've removed all of the elastic from this fitted sheet, let's give this a try. Let's try to center it up. It's going to gather on the ground, but you know, I think because it has those corners to it, I think it's totally fine. It's going to actually be still hanging on the ground, draped, which is what we want, but it's probably going to have a little less fabric, which is good. All right, so the eyes are about here. So I'm going to go ahead and just mark. And then the mouth is about here. So now that we have those markings, we're going to cut some vinyl. Again, you don't have to use vinyl. I'm going to use either vinyl or maybe an iron-on, and I'll probably use my Cricut. But you could very well do the felt with some spray adhesive. You could do, you could just draw them on if you want. I mean, you don't have to be so perfect about it. I've got some pieces of heat transfer here, and I've got the markings for where the eyes and the mouth is. So we're going to put this here and make sure it just looks good. And I've set the heat press for 290, but again, you could use a marker to do this. I think heat press probably looks better. So let's see if we can actually do this. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, let's see. I should be able to just peel this off. Ooh, I love it. Ooh, this looks good. All right, so let's put this on the ghost and let's see how it looks. All right, let's see how this works. Ooh, I like it. I like this. I like this. I like this a lot. All right, we got one done. Let's do the next one. So I wanted to show you what it's like to use a tablecloth from the Dollar Tree. It works. The only problem is that because it's so long and rectangular, it's not quite covering the sides of the ghost. So I think if you were to do this, you'd probably have to tape together at least maybe a couple of these in order to really get kind of the coverage that you need to fill out this entire thing. So if I were you, I would stick to the bed sheet. And if you're doing a tall ghost, I would stick to the queen size bed sheets and get them affordably, if you don't have them on hand, from a place like Ross or some other place. But yeah, this I don't think is working very well for me. I would actually scrap this. Okay, and we have this one done. So let's cover this up. And the last thing we need to do is we just have to plug it in. We actually need to get an extension cord. Look at this. Look how cute this is. Okay, so I have my two ghosts done. They are totally done. I am ready to go find an extension cord so that we can plug these babies in. It's dark outside now, so we can go ahead and take them out on the patio. Well, I call it the patio, my deck, and see how they look. Oh my God, I'm so excited. It's the simple things in life. Okay, let's do this. Let's plug these babies in because I am so excited to get these things up onto my deck. All right. Go into the shed, no, go into the garage and see if I can find an extension cord. So you can't see me, but you can see the ghost. Look how cool these are. Guys, I love this project, and it really would only take you probably 30 minutes max. I mean, really, 30 minutes. It depends on what materials you're using, but you can do this easily for not a lot of money. If you love this project, be sure to give it a thumbs up. If you want the full tutorial with the list of materials, click down below in the description and you can actually find the blog post that goes with this so you can see more pictures of this project. I love this. Happy Halloween.